You know, I'm not 100% certain that this doesn't have rod knock, but we didn't diag it. The guy called us and said he wants his timing chain done. So that's what we're gonna do.
Well, so we're going to find out what happens when you bring parts to a shop and tell them to replace it. Apparently some other shop told them that it was a timing chain tensioner, and that's what we're replacing. I guess we'll find out if that's actually what it is. You want to give us a rev? Do it again. Well, I don't think it's rod knock. You can turn it off. It's definitely an interesting noise, though. All right, let me go look up how we're gonna start this. But
are we gonna put it in the service position?
I was just gonna say we probably got to do the German service position bullshit because they don't know how to make a engine bay you can work in. Yeah, no, it's a service position, which service position is essentially take the front end off of the car.
You know, I'm actually already pissed off at you.
Why?
Because you said it was German, and we had just lost like 50% of the viewers on the video in the first fucking minute.
It is German.
It's British.
The Minis are made in Germany. You fact checked me on that. Although, I think if you fact check, you've kind of lost it.
Fuck, you're right. I just know because there's speak right here. Now I'm the idiot. Well, the ones of these that are cool, the old ones were made in Britain.
Those ones weren't German.
Another wonderful 10-hour job.
Yeah, but you could be doing the Chevy Equinox.
So if you have a 2013 Chevy Equinox and you're getting some AC smell through the vents and you can't find a leak anywhere outside, then it's probably time to put your car up for sale because it needs an evaporator core. And it's terrible. Show them. Just show them. I don't need to explain it. Just show them. If you show them what the inside of that car looks like right now, they'll understand. Does this take a 1/2?
It does take a 1/2.
We don't believe in standard sizes, so we call this a 1/2.
Yo. The dumbest sizing chart ever made.
Well, now we just lost our other 50% of viewers. Fight in the comments below about if you believe that standard sizes are a real thing or not.
Oh, yeah.
We'd love to see you guys argue.
Okay, first I want the real argument of tell me that a SAE size is much easier to understand than a metric size. Because it's not.
What, you can't read a goddamn tape measure?
I can when it's a metric tape measure. All right, Fred, real quick. What's bigger? 1/2, 8/16, or 16/32? What's bigger, 13, 14, or 15? Fun fact, all three of the fractions were the same size.
Oh my God. Well, those are kind of neat. The coil pack connectors. Got like little quick disconnects.
It's electrical taped together, and that's the intake? That's the filter for this.
Sick.
All right.
I'll let him know he needs one of those.
Yeah, the tube.
Let him know it needs brakes.
Oh, yeah.
What?
I don't know what you're talking about, and I don't really care for you to continue.
Wow.
Took way too long. My attention span is 4.3 seconds, okay?
You think the bumper cover comes off with the radiator support?
You know, I really don't know, because in the pictures, it shows you looking through the front to the 3 bolts that hold this on, but it never tells you to actually take off this front little like cover of the bumper. So
I think the front bumper comes off with the radiator support.
yeah, but this center section comes off for you to be able to get to the bolts, is what I'm saying. That and these flares or whatever have to come off for us to get to the bolts on the side.
Yeah, but I think that's part of the radiator support.
No,
I'm looking at it.
these bolts have to come off for this to come up.
No, only one does.
Yeah, that
There's
one.
a 10 mil going into the fender right there, and that's the only one that needs to come off.
That one.
Yeah.
Yeah, how are you gonna get to it?
With a ratchet.
And it's a Torx. Is it?
No.
Okay. How are you gonna ratchet in there?
Brandon's in the mood where he just wants to cry.
I do.
Those barely came off without breaking. Yeah.
All right.
Oh my God, why?
Because
supposed to take
engineers
the-
were left in a locked room with no lights on for a month.
No, they had the car in there with them. And they were like, well, if we can't figure out how to design it via sight, we have to make it so that it can be assembled by touch.
You know, I didn't think I'd say it, but I miss the Equinox.
I'll do 3 dashboards in an Equinox before I have to take the front end off a Mini Cooper. We're almost there. Just a few more bolts, hopefully. I mean, I don't know anything about these weird British German cars, but I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be more affixed than that. I don't know. Maybe not. Hold on.
What are we?
What's caught on that? There we go.
We're on day 2. We only had like an hour or so of work yesterday, but we're really close to taking this off. Coolant's drained. We evac the AC, that way we can just leave this all together. Coolant's definitely coming out now. And is the lower hose snaked in there still?
Stupid.
All right.
Look, Steve, service position. Do you want to prop the motor?
And take off the mount.
Yeah. Do we want to take this inner fender liner?
I'm just thinking about that.
Another one of those more work to make it less work things. Got to take a quick break to show you guys our favorite wrench. This thing works for like 90% of the things you need to take off. This little gear wrench with the 90 tooth ratchet. I don't know why, but we use this thing on everything and it's the best wrench ever.
And it's aptly named the Chevy.
Well, it's great because a lot of times you can only reach your hand into an area to get to stuff. So this fits right in the palm of your hand, and essentially it's like having a wrench on your hand, right?
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about like the extra length of like a full-size socket wrench being in the way. So in like little tight areas and stuff, this thing's perfect. And then with the higher tooth count, it really lets you get to the bolts and stuff in those sticky areas. Sponsor us, Gear Wrench. Hear that? You gotta help them out because Brandon's gotta tell stories up front.
Literally, once we get this thing off, I'm just going to go to the computer and look at it because this isn't making any fucking sense. As most German
I've taken
cars.
apart like almost all this, and it seems to make pretty decent sense. But
How do you get to the timing chain? That's what I'm talking about. Makes no sense.
I don't know. Take the valve cover off.
Yeah, nothing makes any. You're supposed to take out the
He
front
wants to
off.
cry today. He doesn't want to finish the job. He just wants to cry.
That's it. I quit.
Oh.
You were just being a bitch.
Oh, I was about to break something.
Mm-hmm. I think these are the crank holders. So we got to spin it to top dead, and then this goes
Top Dawn,
through the.
one of the sponsors of our
bottom.
channel. Make sure to check out their code scanners.
Actually,
The
really
discount
cool.
link is below. And the more money you pay, like the higher up you go, the better the translations from Chinese are. So
We don't know. We don't have the higher up ones.
oh,
There's a picture that shows this tool.
yeah,
and I still don't
goes
know
right
how
on
it
this
works.
Slot on the cam right here. It lined up. You were just being a bitch. Oh, look at it went in the exact spot I was saying it went. Look at that. Okay.
Well, hold on. Let me just get under there, and maybe this just slides in when you get to the right point.
Pretty sure we've done a full rotation at this point. Oh,
Something slipped in.
that's what she said.
Okay. Shut up. I fucking hate you.
Oh, that lines up too. Look at, we're onto something. Too bad it's like off 6 teeth.
Well, I think there's another one that's supposed to connect to the other cam.
And
Which
what? So
it
we have to
actually
hold all
doesn't
this
show.
because we have to be able to fish the timing chain in from the side right here.
I actually have no idea yet.
Brandon's the only person who could go through and read the procedure on all data and come back with no information.
Hold on. You think I read any? There's pictures.
Well, that's right. Brandon doesn't know how to read either. So
So my only
Maybe.
guess is we now have to like pivot the engine until it actually
until the
sits
chain
where it
falls
should.
out.
That's the next step. Is
You
the
take
chain
the-
will fall out.
You take the dog phone mount off and you pivot the engine until the chain falls out.
Well, it might help that in the picture it shows this off, but never says to take it off. Also, in half the pictures for doing this timing chain, it shows the engine out of the car. But it never tells you to take the engine out of the car.
You know what? This is the time that you go to YouTube and you consult a video. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
And Brandon starts watching Minecraft videos instead.
yeah.
No.
No, he's watching like how to level up faster in Clash of Clans or some shit.
I'm already max. I don't know.
You say I'm already maxed out?
Yeah.
Are you sure this didn't call for 9.8 hours if it's already in service position?
I don't know.
Because it seems like we have to keep taking more things off.
Everything with this is making me question.
Zoom in on that. Can you get a good shot? What gap do you guys think that is?
We're at the point right now. I have the bolts out of the cam gears. Or these are called the vanos because the cam gears change. We have the specialty tool in here, and in the instructions it says to put it at top dead center position, but then they say top dead center position is actually where the cylinders are all at 90 degrees or even across. So, you know, it's just the middle of the stroke for every cylinder, essentially where that slides onto it. The tensioner comes off from back here. Then there's a little pin bolt that comes out from here. I'm not exactly sure what it's for. I'm guessing it's for one of the guides that's in there as well. And then we crack these bolts loose, and then it says to just take the cam gear off. Which, yeah, it's off now. I'm actually not sure. I mean, they didn't show any marks and there's no pins. This is very reassuring. Maybe it just goes on there and it doesn't matter? I don't know. This is very weird to me. Cause yeah, there's no pin here. There's no lineup dowel. There's that, But then again, these weren't even close to being the same position anyways. Because the little pin of these ones, like one was facing 90 here and the other one was up, which if you know cams, there's never going to be a point where those two are kind of pointing in the right direction. Yeah, I don't know. Hopefully they have better instructions as we go further along with this. I'm just kind of going step by step, but now that we're this far, we go see what the next step is. Well, as we've definitely come to realize with every customer bring their own parts project, they didn't buy the right parts that are actually bad. So the Vanos cam gears are bad. They turn both, they don't lock. And according to all data, if they don't lock, they're bad. And I can only guess that that's also part of the noise that we heard when we first pulled in the car. The other thing too is that water pump pulley needs a new one. The water pump feels horrible or like crunchy kind of. So needs a new water pump. He didn't bring those either. Yeah, you can see how wonderful that that pulley looks. Oh yeah, and then it's chunky.
What are these?
Yeah, that's bad. These are for that tensioner, the one that rides on the water pump. So yeah, we're now going to have to order parts or whatever, and they're not in town. It's also Sunday, so there's that. But them not being in town, we'll be here sometime next week. Hopefully Wednesday, we'll see. Don't pull up on it. Just make sure that it doesn't go down.
Well, I'm taking all the slack out of it.
Exactly.
Here's where we drop the lower chain into the oil pan and then we take the engine out.
Yeah, I'm hoping not. Yeah, we got the bolt loose, which it just came loose with the gun. And then hopefully when this comes out, which that piece comes out, all hell doesn't break loose.
I can't see.
They're both, oh no, actually, it looks like the oil pump one has like a little ridge to hold it.
Okay.
So let me get these two out.
So very gently.
Yeah. They might have thought about something in Germany.
Oh, that you might need to service the timing chain eventually?
Yeah, that you might not want it to fall down into the oil pan. Or, you know, here's a thought, just have covers that let you get to everything.
Well, that would be too simple.
I mean, nobody's ever thought of it.
I don't think this is the worst design ever. I think we're just bitching because it's different.
Actually, the only bad part about this entire design, in my opinion, is this whole service position bullshit.
Yeah.
If that wasn't there, this would probably be like a fucking 3-hour job.
Well, now that we're like this far though, don't you kind of feel like we maybe could have done it without putting it in service position?
Except for you can't get the mount off.
You can just take the headlight out.
The thing goes over the top of the mount.
I think you could take the mount out.
I don't know.
But why do you even need to take the mount out? We're doing it with the mount in.
I don't know. It told us to take the mount off. We followed the procedure.
Did it tell us to put it in service position?
Yes.
I think that might have been useless. So if you guys took anything away from this video, you maybe don't need to put it in service position.
Yeah. I mean, it even told me to take this line off here. I didn't have to. The gun just fit.
Do you have both the guides
Yeah,
loose?
it should be.
I think, are the guides attached to one another?
I mean, the whole thing kind of drops in as a unit from what I saw. I think the spring is literally it just against the other thing.
Well, if you break it into small pieces.
Oh, I see a spring.
Look at that. Look at that.
Why couldn't you see it?
Look at that.
And
I
I'm
didn't
the one
have
with
to s-
glasses?
I didn't
Maybe
have to
you
s-
need glasses,
I didn't
you
have
blind
to know that it was spring loaded. I told you it was fucking spring loaded.
Seeing is believing, okay?
Whatever.
You can't just go in there on blind faith. Can you hold this light?
Once again, I was correct. It was
Where
spring
were
loaded.
you like 10 minutes ago?
Well, you were the one who found the spring. You're like, oh, look.
It wasn't a spring, it was the dipstick.
And I was like, oh, wait, it's in line with the dipstick hole. Hold on.
Why couldn't you see? Oh, that's right. These things, the dipstick goes through this.
Satan shows himself to us in mysterious ways, guys. And this is one of them.
Satan's butterfly is together. I don't know if you guys care, but this like pivots to lock in. It's an interesting design. I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Hold it over the oil dump.
Ah. All right.
Do we want to do the front main seal while the...
Oh yeah.
Oh, there's plenty of chain down here. Okay.
Now we'll do the crank seal.
Do we have torque specs for these?
Yeah, I can go grab that, or you can.
I'll get it. You want to get the crank seal?
Pro tip, as with any seal on something that, revolves all the time, where it rides, so you can kind of see the distance, one's inside, one's outside. So if you can feel anything here with your finger, nail, I guess, or any of that, like fingernail, whatever, essentially you don't want to put the seal exactly in the same spot, because that has now been ground away from whatever dirt is on the old seal. So you just want to make sure that, because I don't know if you've ever put one of these on, or a rear main seal on or something, and then it leaks immediately afterwards. Most likely it's because the part of the crank or camshaft or whatever you have is ground away and no longer the same size. So what we always do is we see how far that one's hit in, and so we just don't put it in as far, and now it has a new surface on the crank or wherever you're putting it to seal. Do we have the torque spec for this?
The crank?
Yeah. Whatever plus whatever minus whatever.
The crank is spinning, no!
Yeah. 37 plus 180.
Do you want to double check and look at that thing before you do this?
Sure.
Because it says joining torque 50 Newton meters, rotation 180.
I would assume you're right. Let me just go look. All right, now that we have the crank pulley, we did the 37 foot-pounds and then 180 degrees with the special tool. Whatever special tool you use is up to you. I'm gonna use the old seal to tap in the new one. This is still the weirdest feeling I've ever had with installing timing stuff, is that it has no matter where I put this gear, as long as it's on here. That's it. We put the cam gears on, as I said, it goes against everything I know. You just put them on, doesn't matter what position they're in. And then you run the bolts in, and then once you run the bolts in, you back them off 90 degrees so that the cam gear can move freely. And then you put in the tensioner. That way it takes up whatever tension it needs, and then you tighten the cam gears, because then the belt or the chain is actually now set where it should be, and the timing or the gears themselves are where they should be. And then we have to do another, 20 foot-pounds plus 180 degrees bullshit. So we'll use our special tool on that, and then we should have everything timed.
Damn, dude, that's one tight-ass chain, dude. You sure that's right?
Mm-hmm.
Let me get you a torque spec for that, dude.
Torque, oh wait, you did, it was 25.
No.
It was 25 Newton meters.
Guide rail to cylinder head, 25 Newton meters. See? I told you.
We have very few parts left, and they don't seem important. So I think we're done.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys are done with the job and all you have left is something, I mean,
To the effect of that.
like this thing.
I don't really know where that goes.
Yeah, I don't really remember where this goes, but I don't think it's important. And then we have like these left over. But aside from that,
Yeah, everything seems good.
yeah.
We're going to see if it turns on. And if it does, good, because I don't want to see it again.
Yeah, or the timing's completely fucked and it bends all the valves, and
Yeah, that's the other option.
then we push it outside and
Light it on fire.
tell them to come pick it up. I guess we did it. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe, and comment, and do all that stuff, boy, because we're trying to grow this channel.
You should put in the first cut of the noise compared to now.
Yeah, at the very end, you should put a before and after.
Yeah, be like before, noisy. But I'm laughing at the miles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 4. This didn't make it very far with destroyed timing everything.